Hi buddies, I'm about to tell you my childhood story so that you can understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing so. Have you heard of George Washington? Raise your hand if you have. Do you know what illness he suffered from and what fear he had? He was afraid of being buried alive. So he asked his team to keep his dead body for 2 days. Why was that? The reason is, in 1860, they did not know infection is caused by bacteria and viruses. It was only in 1880 they identified bacteria were causing the infection. So the germ theory was established, and it took nearly 60 years for them to discover an antibiotic. So you can understand the gravity of the problem we are in. Right now, we are in the same situation. We don't have an antibiotic which properly works. So we are landing up in serious trouble. Why did I think about all this? So let me go back to my childhood. When I was 6 years old, I suffered from an illness which my parents did not know what to do. I was getting high fever, chills and rigors, and getting nightmares. So a couple of days I suffered and I was taken to a doctor. He just listened to my story, touched my tummy a little, and prescribed a drug saying that I had malaria. This happened again when I was 12 years old. I had similar symptoms and my mother refused to give me the medicine which I had taken. So what did I do? I suffered for a couple of days and was taken to a doctor who diagnosed me as typhoid. And he gave me the wrong drug and treated me as typhoid. He did not examine me but requested tests, and based on the test he offered the treatment. This made me realize that diagnosing an illness depends upon the story of an illness as you have lived, experienced and remembered it. So every patient who comes to see a doctor tells the story. So when I was 12, I decided that I'm going to be a doctor and find an alternative where people can go and tell the story, and they should be able to get the diagnosis. And that's the reason I created a system. Initially I called it PAT, called the Pediatric Assessment Tool, and now I call it Dr. Maya. It's an app, but I've written a book to go with it. So if you need medical advice, I would expect you not to Google search, consult a doctor, or ask nurses, relatives and friends and get anxious. You have to first refer my book and, if possible, check using my app. It's free. So now my webinar is all about this, to help you conquer fear of infections and set yourself free. Thank you.